important to see what happens next week on bids side, because Juve are waiting for Bayern, and they know that De Ligt is negotiating with Bayern, but also for Chelsea. So, hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, with you to update on the transfer market, and today is an important day for Chelsea. First signing is finally done for Raheem Sterling. Here we go, but many other things happening on the market, and so let's jump into it together. And so guys, important news for Chelsea, because it's finally completed. Raheem Sterling joined Chelsea from Manchester City. There is a full agreement. It was almost completed days ago. They were just waiting for the final approval from the board of Manchester City and Chelsea. Now everything is fine between the two clubs, and so we can consider Raheem Sterling new Chelsea player, waiting for a medical, waiting to sign the contract. It's going to be a 5-year deal with an option for further season. So Sterling has a full agreement with Chelsea, and Chelsea have a full agreement with Manchester City. First signing of the new era for Todd Boehly, the new owner, for Thomas Tuchel, who really wanted Sterling. Let me say that, as I mentioned, in June, it was early in June, when Chelsea opened official talks with Manchester City. They were really optimistic on this deal for Sterling, because they were feeling to be alone in the race to sign him. Man City, back to April, March, they wanted to open talks for Raheem Sterling to extend the contract. He was out of contract next summer, and this is why Chelsea are going to pay around 47 million pounds. But guys, Raheem Sterling told Man City and the board and Pep Guardiola that he wanted something different. He wanted something new. This is why there was no negotiation on a new contract between Sterling and Manchester City. Chelsea jumped into it, and Thomas Tuchel wanted Sterling, called Sterling more than one time during the last few weeks, and now everything is done after Tuchel having conversations with Sterling, after Sterling agreeing personal terms with Chelsea. Now everything done between the two clubs. But it's not over, because guys, during the coming days, Manchester City and Chelsea will be back in contact for Nathan Ake. We know that Chelsea have intention to sign many players this summer in that position, centre backs, 2-3 players, it depends on the market, but Nathan Ake is part of this list. I told you during this week that Chelsea have an agreement with Nathan Ake for his comeback to the club. They have an agreement with the player, because Ake said yes to Chelsea, everything is ready on contract point of view, but not yet between Chelsea and Man City. It was a separated deal for Raheem Sterling, so two completely different negotiations. Now it's time for Chelsea to find an agreement with Man City, because it's not done yet between the two clubs. There is still something to discuss about the fee. Man City, from what I'm told, they want almost the same money they invested in summer 2020 to sign Nathan Ake from Chelsea. It was almost 41 million pounds. So this is what Man City want this summer to sell Nathan Ake. Negotiation will take place again in the coming days, but Chelsea will be on it also for Nathan Ake. They have an agreement with the player, not yet with Manchester City. We will see, guys, what happens on this deal. Let me add a key detail, because Man City are still keen on Marco Cucurella, because Marco Cucurella has always been a top target for Man City, and he's still a top target for Man City, so no changes, waiting for the official bid to arrive. And City, in case, I say in case because it's not done yet, but in case Nathan Ake will leave the club this summer, they are going to sign a replacement. So City will sign a new centre-back in case Ake leaves the club to join Chelsea. They're looking for a centre-back, and we will try to understand who is the player they want. I'm told that at the moment for Pau Torres there are no contacts. Many of you asking me about this possibility, but no contacts for Pau Torres today, and we have to keep an eye on a player like Gvardiol at Leipzig, because Man City, I'm told internally, they really appreciate this player, but the problem is Leipzig. Leipzig want to keep the player, they want crazy money for Gvardiol, so not an easy deal for many clubs who were keen on signing him, like also Chelsea a few months ago exploring this possibility, and Tottenham, all the clubs interested in Gvardiol, but really big money needed for this player. Let's see, Man City will go for a centre-back, and they will replace Nathan Ake in case he joins Chelsea. Discussing of centre-backs, guys, two updates also on Matthijs de Ligt, because it's important to say that Juventus are waiting for official bids from Bayern and Chelsea. Juventus are aware of the situation between Bayern especially and Matthijs de Ligt agents, because they know that Matthijs de Ligt is discussing personal terms with Bayern. Chelsea are still there in negotiations with Juventus, so we will see what happens. But Chelsea are now waiting, Juventus are now waiting for official bids for Matthijs de Ligt after many and many conversations and negotiations. And then, guys, it's important to see what happens next week on bids side, because Juve are waiting for Bayern, and they know that the Ligt is negotiating with Bayern, but also for Chelsea. So this is the situation for the Ligt. And then Man United, Lisandro, because after some checks I had during the weekend, guys, yes, it's true, Man United made a new proposal, 50 million euros for Lisandro, but at the moment they have still no agreement with Ajax, so they still need to negotiate. Erik ten Hag is pushing and pushing on player side, on club side, because he wants Lisandro Martinez. He considers Lisandro the perfect player for his project. At the moment, still no agreement between clubs. Ajax are trying to keep the player, but Man United will insist again, will try to push again. We will see what happens, but Man United are doing serious for Lisandro, 50 million euros. Let me say that at the moment Lisandro has not turned down Arsenal, but he knows that Man United are trying in every way to sign him. Arsenal still in the race, but at the moment Man United pushing also with a new bid. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on these transfer stories, many centre-backs, and Raheem Sterling top signing for Chelsea. I wait for your opinion here. Let me know what you think of Chelsea market, especially of Lisandro for Man United, and of this De Ligt situation could be interesting for Bayern, and also, of course, Marc Cucurella and more for Man City. I wait for your opinion, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell so you're not gonna miss any single update, and see you soon with Fabrizio Romano. Ciao!